Hey, enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 691.
The sexiest podcast on the network. There it goes. Your head shrank just as I thought it would. Oh, we had this technology in real life.
I know, right? Man, make hat buying so much easier. I wouldn't have to special order all my hats.
Your mom wouldn't have that limp.
Yeah, right?
Shit's wild.
Yeah. Thank goodness for her I didn't come out with this head. Yeah, it grew, otherwise, oh boy.
Yeah. Right.
Seriously, it would have dislocated both her hips.
That's no bueno.
Yeah, it would have been a mess. Probably wrecked her spine,
Come out like a Mortal Kombat finishing move.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That's about accurate.
Month one, fight.
Yeah.
Fatality.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't be friendship.
Hell no.
No.
So, all right, Brian. You remember when Street Fighter 2 came to consoles? And it was like the biggest thing ever. Street Fighter was already huge in arcades. Yeah. And then everybody and their mother made like fighting games. Good ones and bad ones. All right. So what if you had babies fighting in a womb? a Mortal Kombat. Yes.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Last baby lives.
Wow. That's...
No? I mean, baby fatalities?
No, let's do this.
Unfortunately, is a stat. Huh.
Yeah.
All right. Let's greenlight this. I want to do a claymation like that weird dinosaur fighting game. Remember that? Was it Primal Rage? Primal Rage. Yeah, they were like...
Oh, I was just thinking like Clay Fighters.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about Clay Fighters.
How could you forget about Clay Fighters?
But it looked cool.
Stop it.
I think I used the snowman.
Claymation fighting was the best.
Fighting was cool. All right, so now here's my second question since we're on the subject.
All right.
Obviously, top dogs of the pack: Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Virtua Fighter, Soul Calibur. Right?
Okay.
What is your fighting game not on that list? They're like, oh hell yeah.
Oh man. By the way, I want to add well, back then it wouldn't have existed, but I was gonna say the Def Jam games were freaking awesome too.
But I'm talking that era.
Yeah. I don't remember, honestly. I know I played some terrible fighting games.
Oh, you and I read them all the time.
I know. That's why I was like, man, I can't really remember any.
I got a good one for you. Pit Fighter.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Pit Fighter didn't do a whole lot for me.
That was a terrible game, but it was fun, and it was like, it looks like Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
Yeah. It was Mortal Kombat.
I always enjoyed like chucking or punching the people into the crowd, and then you get all beat up in the crowd. I always liked that.
Yeah, that was.
Dude, you remember when you won? They lift you up on a pallet on a forklift. You're like, ah!
Yeah.
God, that game was trash.
Was it? There was one. What was the game I used to play a lot on Sega?
Oh, Eternal Champions.
It was Eternal Champions.
That game ruled.
Yeah, that game was pretty fun, actually. I played it a ton because when my brother got that Genesis, he only got that and Sonic. That was like they came with it. For some reason, Sonic makes sense. Eternal Champions was a weird.
It's like,
include,
well, what would I rather do? Run fast or dress like Future Blade and throw people into a giant fan?
Right.
Future Blade, obviously.
Yeah. And I played both quite a bit, but I played Eternal Champions a lot more than I played Sonic.
Wasn't that?
After a while, I'm just.
That's where the guy was like, punk. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
His taunt. He had like little shredder knives on his hands. Oh yeah.
Yep.
That was a fun game.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't love Shaq Fu.
I don't think I ever played Shaq Fu.
Yeah, I played it. I think I rented it once.
I'm sorry.
And that was enough.
Oh, dude, you remember Bushido Blade? That game ruled. The one-hit kill game? Oh, yes. My God. That was amazing. All right, this is a good rabbit hole. I like this. I like this hole of rabbits we put ourselves into.
Oh my God, I got our Patreon for whenever we do it.
What?
I just found one of the 25 worst games on the Nintendo 64.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we'll definitely add that to the list.
I was just looking for like worst fighting games is what
teaser,
I was looking for.
Patreon.com/saltylanguage. Maybe we'll do that one tonight, and that'll be the next post. Because we did miss last week because I was a sick bitch.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm not going to dig into these because these are all like, I just wanted to look for like the worst fighting games is all I was looking. I figured somebody would have a list of them.
Everybody had a fighting game. Like you ever
yeah, I know.
Any cartoon came out with one, it seemed like. Oh, there was that terrible Star Wars one. It was like the Masters of Terrakai or something like that. It's probably on that list you have. It was fucking terrible.
It might be.
And I think it was on the Nintendo 64. It was definitely that era of graphics.
Yeah, Terrace Kasi or something.
It's terrible. Hey-o.
Oh, yeah, now I do remember that after looking at, yeah, you're right. It was just a straight up fighting game.
Straight trash.
I had completely buried that.
I'm sorry I brought it back like a bad memory.
It was a 3D fighting game with, all that technology of,
that was right when, Virtual Fighter was doing 3D arenas and
yeah. Well, it was on, let's see, what's it look like? PlayStation is what it looks like it was on. So I don't know if it was on other platforms, but the two things I'm looking at here, both I see PlayStation boxes.
Enough. Probably just PlayStation.
So, here we go. Duh. I could just look at the Wikipedia. Yeah, just on PlayStation. Oh, man. John Williams did the composing on it, too.
Wow.
Oh, they wasted him on that.
He's probably like, my shower could use some new fixtures.
They probably just used music.
Star Wars.
That he had already composed.
Like, hey, Mr. Williams, can you compose a whole new soundtrack to this 3D PlayStation fighting game? Kindly go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I picture him like sipping tea. Kindly go fuck off.
Yeah. I appreciate the kindly,
Nick
though.
slams the door. I don't know why he's opening his own door. He's John Williams.
Yeah, I know. You think he'd have a servant that would have a servant that would have a servant that would open the
it's
door.
like whatever the cartoon is when they pick up the serving tray. There's another waiter for serving tray.
Yeah. That's how fancy he is. Forget double monocle fancy. I mean, he's like, he has a servant that only answers the door. But only after being told by like 9 other servants to answer.
Of course, because hierarchy.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, you got to respect the chain.
Exactly. It's pack mentality.
Right. Well, it's like Fleetwood Mac said, never break the chain, right?
For sure.
No. Oh my God, I completely forgot about that game, though.
Well, I'm glad.
It, like I said, tells me how great it was, considering it's a Star Wars game, and you would think a Star Wars fighting game immediately. You're like, yes.
That's how I felt because I remember it came out, and I know I rented it because I was like, hell yeah!
Also,
lightsaber fights, terrible.
How have they not made another one?
Probably because the stink of that one won't rub off.
Yeah. Yeah, but they could do it well.
Could they? There's people still make shitty games.
No, I know, but I mean, you get one of the companies that have made a good fighting game, and you have them,
do you
put
remember
it together? I guess because otherwise you just get a random character in, oh shit, I can't think of the fighting game now. The one,
I was about to say, I was like, do you remember Soul Calibur when PlayStation got like Yoda and Xbox got Vader?
Right, and everybody was like, "Why didn't I buy an Xbox?"
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Because I had a PlayStation. I was like, well, I guess I played with Yoda,
cool.
Which was cool, but
it's no Vader.
It's not Vader. Yeah.
Sure. I've been playing because I spent $30 on video games over the weekend. Because holiday sale on PlayStation Network was amazing.
Yeah, I bought one game.
Oh, hold on.
I bought I don't know the exact name, but it's the Katamari game that they have because it was like $7.50. And I've never played a Katamari game that wasn't worth.
Oh, thank God! I'm glad you ended that sentence because I thought you were going to say I've never played a Katamari game. And I was like,
no,
wait
a
minute.
I love Katamari games. No, they're a blast. That's why when I saw 750 and the ratings are pretty good on it too, and I was like, it's got to be worth 750 to just roll around and be fun.
Absolutely, good mindless night game.
Yeah, exactly.
No, the Jedi Survivor, which is a sequel to the last good Star Wars game, was on sale for like $17. So nice. I had to get that because normally it's a $70 game, and it's incredible.
Right. Yeah, that's a good pickup for sure. I've heard it was really good.
It's if you like Souls-like games, they're hard, but once you get the timing down, it's pretty good. And just it looks gorgeous. The story's cool so far. It's always fun being a Jedi. You know?
Right.
Yeah, it's good times. Good times.
Well, I mean, we just talked about a time where maybe.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's why the Emperor saw that game. He's like, Order 66. Like, all right, I've had enough of this shit.
Yeah.
You're right. But then the other.
Wouldn't it be funny if, like, when they, they're like planning like more characters down the road for this game, and then the company just sends out Order 66, as a way of basically saying the game's canceled.
That would be really funny.
I mean, not funny in that people are out of a job, but funny within the context of Star Wars and the game. Yeah.
I spent the rest of that $30 on Squirrel with a gun because it was on sale for $13.
Right.
And I'm so glad I didn't pay $20 for this game. But $13, I feel like it's worth it. It is silly and it's fun and funny and it's just weird, but there's parts of it that are just annoying. Like it's a platformer in a way, and the platforming isn't like real tight.
Oh, that's not good.
So there's a lot of frustrating jumps that you have to keep trying. And then there's takedowns.
And not because of talent, but just because the game
it's kind of wonky.
Great. Yeah. Okay. Because, like I'm playing Astrobot off and on, and there's some times where I have to keep doing jumps and keep running back and doing the thing over and over. But it's just because I can't quite get the timing right. Or whatever.
Yeah, with Astrobot, it's like the right time. With this, it's like... It's the like Astrobot, when you jump, you can kind of maneuver in the air a little. Kind of...
Real quick, I shouldn't have said Astrobot. I mean, Astro's, was it Toy Box or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
Playland, the one that's on the PlayStation 5. Not that.
I mean, you should play that one. It's Game of the Year. Here, it's amazing.
Yeah,
but with that, like that and other platformers, in midair, you can kind of adjust. And in this, you can, but it's so over.
Like so it's almost like when you like in Mario 2 when you try to jump with Luigi, where it's it's
not like the slow flutter that Luigi kind of did though. It's like you tap the stick to go slightly right, like I gotta jump on this branch, and it's like way right, and you just miss. So that's kind of hard, but I mean,
Is it possible that it's because you're playing it on PlayStation 5 and the controller maybe has too much feedback?
I don't know.
Because like think about when you're playing Astro's what do you call it? Playland or whatever it is. That board, like when you do the spring suit.
Oh yeah.
Like it's really easy to like very over adjust because of the controller.
Yeah. I don't know if I honestly just think it's kind of a shit game.
Yeah, it's very possible. I just wonder if, like on Xbox, if it's as touchy. That's kind of what probably. But I'm just curious.
But but there's takedowns in the game, like every game has. It's an action game,
right?
And they're just at first you're like, that's funny, but it's the same one every fucking time. And then like different guns have different takedowns.
Okay, at least there's that difference. Yeah.
But I mean, for a sandbox game for $13, it's fun, and I'll probably end up trying to platinum it just because.
Well, you have to.
And the music in it's good too. Like you fight a tank at one point, which is insane, and it's this really fun, just metal track the whole time. which is so out of place for the rest of the game, you know? I don't know, it's a very strange game. When you come to the Hacienda, we'll have to fire it up and let you run around as the squirrel. Yeah.
Right. All right.
Grab onto people's faces and snap their necks. You can do that.
Well, I mean, squirrels do that all the time.
In fact, the first outfit you find, because you can dress your squirrel up, is you find it's an acorn cap, but it looks like a beret, and an eye patch, and it increases your snap neck damage. I'm assuming because you're supposed to look like a rough guy or like a spy or something. Yeah.
Right. I do appreciate getting bonuses, based on how
you can. There's a little bomb diffusing suit if you put it on your explosion proof.
That makes sense.
If you wear a cowboy hat, you're better with the 6-shooter. Yeah, it all makes sense. Sure. Yeah, it's very silly though.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a squirrel with a gun. I figured it would be pretty silly.
Quite. But Star Wars games been chef's kiss though. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, holiday sale. I needed more. Oh my god, dude! Yeah. I looked at my PlayStation Unwrapped.
Yeah.
You want to just give me a guess how many hours of PlayStation I played last year?
Geez, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't remember what mine was. I don't know, 150. I'll just throw a number.
You're close.
I don't know.
894.
Yeah, I was right there. Dang it.
I saw that and I went,
so
holy
close.
shit. But then I started thinking, I'm like, well, I've been playing ever since Helldivers came out, which is coming up on a year already. I played that a lot. And then we got into Sea of Thieves, although I played on Steam. But and I do. That's how I relax, is gaming anyway. So
yeah,
exactly. I just kind of was like, whoa, that's a lot of hours. and then, dude, get this.
Like you said, it's like there's quite a few games that you play when you sit down and play. You don't just play for like 20 minutes.
Oh, I do.
Like you play for an hour or 3.
I'm getting to my next stat. Do you know how many play sessions I had?
No guess on that.
So how many days are there in a year? 365.
365 mostly.
I had 1,200 and change play sessions.
Oh, wow.
But that's because a lot of times, like Michelle will be like, hey, I'm going to hop in the shower. I'll hop on. I'll play a round of something just to kill the time.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
So I believe that. But that's multiple sessions in a day.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, definitely.
Good times, Brian. Good times.
Jeez.
I know, right? Apparently I need to go seek help.
No, you just need to play more PlayStation.
I've never been fucking toyed.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with the new haptic feedback on the new one, you gotta get used to it. It was funny when we were playing Helldivers the other night. Remember, I made a comment that it felt like my right trigger, like it was sticky, like it was, or not sticky, but it was like it wouldn't depress all the way, basically. And it's not the controller; it was just the feedback from the game. Yeah, because I played GTA later, and I when I go to accelerate, it was like full on, like let me push all the way down, like no problem. So I was like,
remember what game it was. It was a shooter I played, and with the haptic triggers, you could feel like the trigger pressure, and then it would release when it shoots. It was really cool, and I don't remember what game it was. It might have been Hitman. That would make sense for Hitman.
Well, there's a good thumbs up for.
Thank you, Skype, for thumbs up.
For everybody.
Those haptic triggers, man. Yeah. So cool.
Yeah, it's weird, like I had to get used to that with versus the PS4 controller for GTA, because things were a little different at first, and now that I'm used to it, it feels right. The only reason it was weird to me playing Helldivers is I'm used to most games where when you pull the trigger on the controller, it goes all the way down, And on that one, it does, but you have to push a little more. I don't know. It's just there's some resistance.
You know what I've never paid attention to, and I might have to start? I wonder if the guns feel different through the trigger.
Oh, I don't know.
Because they could definitely do that.
I never paid attention either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
Curiosity piqued. Yes, quite. Oh, man.
Quite.
It's so dry, my titty itches. Good Lord.
You got to lube them up, man. You don't early,
bro.
Get up in the morning, get by the bathroom mirror, baby Earl up and
goddamn
flex.
Right.
You gotta show off, maybe hit a couple push-ups, get a pump, and then
probably die on the bathroom floor.
Yeah. What did you do? 3 push-ups.
Blew out my everything.
Okay. Okay, 5. 2.5.
Oh, that's funny.
Yep.
Oh, man. Yeah, this working a full week's been bullshit, dude.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people really not liking it. Pretty surprising. I figured everybody'd be very happy about going back to work.
This week I've officially worked as many days as I did the previous 2 weeks. This is
that's
bullshit.
Wild. And it's Thursday. Yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore, Brian.
Yeah. Well, that's why we need people to go to, patreon.com/saltylanguage and give
Yes. I need to wear sweatpants all day and play even more sessions of PlayStation.
Yes, you clearly aren't getting enough playtime.
Obviously not.
So you need way more than that. 800 hours is not that many.
Yeah, we need interns too, by the way. I need someone from Giant
to play the games for you,
and someone else from Grapes.
Yeah.
So I can have snacks and cooling.
Right. Yeah, of course.
As I'm playing games. No, I wouldn't let anyone else play the games for me. What am I, Elon?
Yeah. That's the height though, right? Like I'm so lazy I can't even play my own video.
I would never stoop to that level like somebody allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly, yeah.
Right.
Oh man, seriously, how stupid.
Yeah.
Like how small is your ego?
Yeah. Ego's pretty huge. Penis? That's another story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? What a turd.
It's gotta own that you're terrible at a game like I do.
Yeah. Now you just bought that game on your PlayStation. You officially cannot unwrap it. It's right there.
True.
Do you play it?
I know. I have not yet. No.
Is that going to be your video cast? I downloaded it and haven't played it
yet. Yeah. Welcome to my game collection. I haven't played any of them.
Wait, aren't you the guy that has I bought it and never played it? Or I can't believe I haven't played it or never? Yeah, this is my other series.
Definitely.
Of digital games.
Right. Like I have 17 hard drives full of games.
Played them? Not one.
Not one. Yep. In fact, I haven't even fired up the system. I don't even update my system.
This shit's not even plugged in, guys.
Yeah, it's a brick. Yeah, it's just they're holding down my important papers right now.
Oh, that's fun stuff right there.
By important papers, I mean like my Laffy Taffy wrapper.
Well, some of them have some pretty good lines on them.
Right. Well, I got to get my Twitter jokes.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. That's what somebody ought to do. Just start an account and just put Laffy Taffy jokes up and just see how long before somebody is like, these are Laffy Taffy jokes.
It would be funny.
Like, what are you doing? Yeah.
Bruh.
Why not? I mean, there's a count like the count from Sesame Street where every day he just counts.
I mean, this is something you can do.
To it. Yeah. That's how that works.
Just call it like rapper wisdom. Because there's so many rappers that put dumb shit on themselves.
It's true. Yeah. Popsicle sticks.
Sometimes even on bottle caps.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
It's out there for you if you want it.
I don't like it. It is. You're right. Now if somebody does it, I'm going to sue.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, sir, you can't own others' content.
Choke, slam.
Like, you're right. I'm not a billionaire.
Yes, quite.
Then I could start something and then own all the things on it.
And pay people to play my games for me.
Yeah. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
Oh man. So I watched Raw debuted on Netflix this week. And which, made sense because there's no Monday Night Football. So they waited till Monday Night Football was done so that they wouldn't have any competition, basically. And they apparently did really, really good numbers with it. But it also it's on Netflix like worldwide now. So, that gives a ton of people access to it that maybe didn't before because, a lot of people don't have cable, but they have Netflix.
TVs, but they have phones.
Yeah. And it was kind of weird because they've made some changes to it. Like the referees now are wearing like black shirts. And I think what they're trying to do is make it more MMA. I was about to ask, they tried to do like a UFC thing? A little bit, I think. And the mat on Raw now is black.
Oh.
And they have like in MMA, how they have like ads all around it. They have that on there too, which at first I was like, but you really don't notice it during the action.
Is it black and red?
Huh. I don't remember if the ropes are red or not, but yeah, I mean, that's basically Raw's
it's also Netflix.
Black and red, essentially. Exactly. I think that's why SmackDown, has always had blue as their main color. And, the mat's always been kind of blue or grayish blue. They darkened it a little bit to where it's a little more blue. And I actually really like that. I think that looks really nice. But, so they did that. They also did the commentators are explaining things a little bit because they know that there's a new audience coming in. That for the longtime fan is kind of annoying. It's like when you're playing like a game you've played forever and you forget to turn the tips off.
Yes. Yeah.
And you're like, I know how to pick up a stupid gun.
I am aware of how to switch fire modes.
Turn those off. Yeah. But whatever. I understand that though. It's assuming that someone watching it's their first time, so you explain some of the storylines and whatever that are going on, even though like one of them, I forgot, there was one of the storylines they were talking about, and it's been going on sort of for like 3 years basically, and it's so for the longtime fan it's just like
God, here we go again.
Right. But like I said, you just have to get over that. That's just how it's going to be, and I get it. That's probably something Netflix really wanted them to do. But they may have come into that on their own because again, they probably did bring in viewers that don't normally watch wrestling,
right?
So, and then they paraded out some people, like The Rock was there, even though I don't know, man. I was just talking to Fluffy Bunny Ash about this. It's like they had The Rock in a program last year around WrestleMania where he was calling himself the final boss because he's on the board now for WWE.
Okay.
And he was calling himself like the final boss because, he's literally kind of one of the bosses. And, so he was playing up the like bad guy Rock role, and then he comes out for this and he was pointing a lot of that anger and stuff back then against Cody Rhodes, who's like the top face in the company at the moment. And he comes out and he's just like, hey, Cody Rhodes has really carried the company and doing great stuff. And it's like, what are you doing, dude? You're wrecking you're breaking the wall here. Like, what, like new viewers aren't going to know that. But again, the longtime ones are like, okay, they're still calling him the final boss, but he's coming out playing good guy Rock now. And it's like, what are we doing here? Like, stay in character, bro. But the weirdest part of the night for me was like, apparently I didn't know this. Hulk Hogan has a beer called Real American Beer.
Of course he does. Yeah.
Right. So I didn't, and I saw like on
Cirrhosis,
the
brother.
in the corners. I saw, Real American Beer, and I was like, oh, okay, that's, whatever. I didn't even think about.
Do you
Real
think
American,
wanted to call
right?
them to call it Real American Bureau? They're like, no, we're not going to do that. Let me tell you something, brother. What all these Hulkamaniacs coming to the convenience stores looking for Real American Bureaus?
Like, nobody's ever asking for that, Hogan. Ever.
Brother.
The one thing they need to do for merch, though, is they need to have a koozie that you can tear. That's like a little shirt, and you can tear it in half.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because you can do it with Velcro, so you can put it back on or something. But it's not going to be an effective koozie, but just one that, would be a great merch item. Anyway, so Hogan comes out, and behind him is Jimmy Hart, Mouth of the South, waving the American flag. And as soon as Hogan comes out, the crowd boos the shit out of him and basically boos him out of the building. And he's still got to do this promo. And during his promo, he's doing the, where he's cupping his ear, because that's when the fans are supposed to cheer and all the things that he normally hits, the flexing and all. And the crowd just boos the shit out of him. And I was like, wow, I think this is maybe one of the first times in wrestling that I've ever seen where someone was waving an American flag and the crowd was out of their mind booing. Because, normally wrestling crowds, you bring out the Stars and Stripes and it's, they go crazy.
God damn it, it's beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, they weren't booing the flag. They were booing the asshole in front of the flag, but, well, not Jimmy Hart, the asshole in front of the
other asshole in front of the flag.
Yeah. But it was funny though, because you could tell, I mean, it shook Hogan. Like, you could tell he for sure. Now, apparently I read something that afterwards that he expected it because it was in LA. He says he expected it because of, how he spoke at the Republican convention and, stumped for Trump. And, LA is a very liberal town. So he said he expected a 50-50 mix. And I'm like, buddy, I don't think you understand how liberal California or LA is, first of all. But second of all, they weren't just booing you because of that. Because The Undertaker came out. Ain't nobody booed The Undertaker. Right. And Undertaker had Trump on his podcast and is very openly a Trump supporter. So, that's clearly not the only thing. It's like maybe Hogan needs to remember that he's a racist asshole.
That's true.
And that's probably more likely why the crowd's booing the shit out of him. The crowd, it's, also that was a big misread by WWE. Because realistically, if you're going to parade Hogan out, that LA was not the town to do that in, but also a lot of it, I think, like I saw somebody post online and I thought I agreed with this, was that they think part of it was because they know Hogan wasn't out there to just pump the crowd up. He was out there to sell his beer. That was the only real reason he was out there.
Didn't seem like it worked well.
No, it sure didn't. It was crazy though, because the last few times they've brought Hogan out, it's been more mixed. And I think maybe that's what he was thinking he was going to get. But I think what happened is the crowd was already cooling hardcore on Hogan because, again, he's basically proven that he's a racist asshole. And then also the political stuff, probably didn't help the cause any. But yeah, I was like, if I'm WWE, I'm pretty sure that right there was the end of Hulkamania.
Hulkamania died last Monday.
I don't think a lot of people want to see Hulk Hogan back on WWE TV, at least not for a long time. Like maybe if he can go a little bit of time without saying or doing something really stupid, but he's not going to be able to.
Stop Hulkamania, Brian.
Well, that's the problem, is I think we didn't understand what Hulkamania was. What we thought Hulkamania was and what Hulkamania is behind closed doors are two very different things.
Hulk sit down.
Right. What he needs to do is come out and do an interview like McMahon did. Be like, oh, that's Hulk Hogan. I'm Terry Bollea.
Yes.
Like Hulk Hogan is a racist asshole.
Or if he was just like, yeah, I'll say Hulk Hogan's a real American hero. Terry, though, he hates everybody.
He's terrible.
He's terrible.
Yeah. He's like, he only likes the white stripes on the flag. Yeah. But yeah, it was wild though, you know, because you think of how far, you know, like how when we were kids, the thought of Hulk Hogan getting booed was like just never, right? Like you'd never think Hulk would get booed. Obviously, when he, you know, turned and became Hollywood Hogan, he got booed. I don't know, man. Those boos Monday were pretty close. I mean, nobody was throwing stuff at him, but he wasn't in the ring. When he comes out now, he only comes out onto the ramp, I think, because
he's old
of his yeah, well, he's got a, you know, bad back and knees and all that shit. So I think that's why, but
carrying all that
yeah,
evil.
Yeah, it's something, man. It's so funny because, you know, when you listen to the old school guys, they all talk about how great of a dude he was and how he lifted him up, which is bullshit because we all know, like, Hogan, as long as he had creative control, he buried guys left and right. But for the most part, he didn't seem to care about race when it came to that. He just basically was like, I'm not putting anyone.
I'm number one, guys.
Right.
Thunder Lips is here.
Yeah, I don't care if this is best for WWE. This is not best for or WCW. It's like, this isn't best for me. So,
have I told you about my idea for American Bureau?
Like, yes,
like, Jesus, like, sit down, Grandpa.
Bischoff just rolling his eyes. You know, like, enough with that. Like, you're never gonna have a beer. Let me tell you something.
Well, fine. If it's not beer, it's going to be Pasta Mania. Fine. Fine.
Yeah, fine.
And then Pasta Mania was born and died.
Yeah. Oh, geez. It was wild, though, watching that, you know? And I read that some people said that they think that WWE kind of shortened or dampened the boos for the, like, after the fact. But I don't know. I watched it later that night. I didn't watch it live. I watched it later that night, and it was like, it was loud. Those boos are pretty damn loud. So if they dampened it, they must have been crazy.
Microphones can only take in so much.
Yeah, right. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like, I'm almost surprised that they didn't cut it from, like, the replay, just because it was like, it's a historic show, you know. It's like their first one on Netflix. They paste it like a pay-per-view.
But dude, you know, if they cut it, the internet goes, they cut this.
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah. Well, it'll still live on the
internet. but then they get called out on cutting it.
Oh, I know. Yeah, but but they usually cut segments. Like, when you watch a replay, they usually will cut, like, boring or slow or whatever segments. That's why I was kind of surprised. The other reason they probably didn't cut it is Real American Beer is now a sponsor, or a partner of WWE's. So, sorry, Real American Bureau. Yeah. But man, that was something. I felt bad for Jimmy Hart in a way, because the poor guy's just thinking, hey, I'm just going to go out with the Hulkster and wave the American flag. And,
I get to get out of home tonight. This is going to be great.
Right. And I don't think he expected
just
to
fucking collateral damage.
Again, the boos really weren't for him.
But, I'm sure he cost some straight rounds, though, for sure.
He did.
Just saying.
It's like when you're out with that friend of yours and he won't shut his mouth and you end up in a fight, and you're like, God damn it. Like, I gotta quit hanging out with this guy.
We're at fucking Baskin Robbins.
Yeah. Right. I could see it at the bar, but God, Baskin Robbins? Like, this is my happy
36 flavors. Ruined.
Ruined. Yeah, we're not allowed back now.
What the fuck?
I'm stuck with 4 flavors at this place.
Yeah, exactly.
You asshole.
I don't want a soft serve. Yeah, I'll do soft serve.
Yeah.
It's hard to scoop ice cream.
I want hand
God
dip,
damn it. That's fun.
Oh man, though it was funny though, like watching the segment, watching Jimmy Hart, you know, because I think he was kind of like wow as it was happening, and he's like seriously, he's got a flag and he's waving the flag back and forth while they're playing Real American, you know, Hogan's song, and you know, and like I said, you know, Hogan comes out, well, let me tell you something, in the crowd,
no, let us tell you something.
Yeah, it was, man, that was nuts, dude. Like I said, I haven't seen him booed that hard since he, you know, turned basically, you know, to Hollywood Hogan. But whew, boy,
Aha.
Yeah. I thought it was a pretty good show though. Like it was interesting that they really paced it like a pay-per-view where they, you know, they only did like they have a thing now where they basically do 5 matches per show. And so it gives each match time to breathe and actually, you know, tell a story versus, you know, how you remember like in the 90s and stuff, the women's matches were like 2 minutes, you know, and not just the women's matches, but mostly the women's matches. But, you know, some of the other people only got like a minute, you know, it was all squash matches a lot of times, just whatever. And now they let the big stories really breathe on the pay-per-views. And they're letting them breathe a little more on the regular shows. So the pacing was a little weird because, you know, it was like big match. Then John Cena comes out, you know, because John Cena has announced that he's doing one last run basically. And, you know, so he comes out and talks. Then another match. Then there was another segment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, dude. Yeah, he's so far out of WWE, but he still, you know, he shows up and the crowd still goes stupid for him. You know,
well, he seems like one of those genuinely cool guys.
Yeah, and he's, you know, and you think, I mean, he did a lot for the business. He's done a shit ton of Make-A-Wish things. You know, he's not.
He seems like a
come out and said
guy.
a bunch of racist stuff.
Yeah, it just seems like he's genuinely a good guy.
He's the guy you want coming out selling a beer. You know, like. Like if John Cena came out and said, I've got the You Can't See Me beer or whatever you call it, you know, the hustle, loyalty, you know, respect, IPA, people would be, or, you know, like when Stone Cold comes out and he's like El Segundo, Broken Skull, but, you know, and everybody's like, woo, beer,
right,
you know,
yeah.
Because, you know, who doesn't love beer? Crowd loves beer. I think they're going to serve the Hogan beer at like venues. Like, you know, when they do WWE events, I think that's part of the deal. Yeah, well, that's the interesting part is, you know, will people want to buy a Real American Bureau?
I mean, it's probably going to be way more expensive than that Bud Light, but everyone turned their backs on Bud Light a long time ago. Is that still a thing? I don't even know.
True. I don't think so. I think it's kind of come back around.
I was very much like,
listen, you can't stay away. Listen, you know, just like domestic abuse, you know, you get mad, you say things you didn't mean, and then, you know, it just comes back. You come back.
Love her.
It's a very, yeah, exactly. It's a very abusive relationship with Bud Light. Like, you know, these people just can't stay away from it.
She slammed my balls with a wooden cutting board, but I still love her. Hold back, boys. See, I churned it. The woman's the abuser in this one. I churned.
I know. I saw that. Yeah. And in no way am I making light on abuse. It's just that it's very similar in that regard, is that, you know, people are, you know, they're going, oh, you know, I'm not buying that mirror. And then eventually they'll be like, you know what? I can't quit you.
Each and every one of y'all.
Looking at each beer can.
It's still beer to me, damn it.
Yep.
That guy needs to come off a beer and call it that. It's still beer to me, damn it.
Yeah, Let's get him on the line. Call him up right
now.
Fax
wrestling guy.
Fax him.
He probably has that technology.
Page him, whatever you got to do. Yeah.
That mullet says he does.
Well, yeah, it was like I said, it was interesting though, because they like on, you know how on the pay-per-views they'll do like a segment or a vignette or something in between matches to kind of cool the crowd back down a little bit. And that's what they did. So it was really interesting how, like I said, how they paced it and stuff. But it was a history making show for sure, you know, for a couple reasons. So
we watched the first episode. Speaking of Netflix, of the Kings of Tupelo.
Oh yeah, I've heard that's a wild.
Episode 1, it's basically introductions, and I still have no idea exactly what the documentary is going to be about. But it's been wild just in one episode. So
yeah,
highly recommend so far. Yes.
Okay.
The Kings of Tupelo.
Is it the Kings of Tupelo? Yeah. That's what it is. I don't know why I was writing it down in the old show notes here.
Fantastical. Excuse me.
Yeah, I've got that in my queue to watch. Because I've been, just bouncing around. Again, like, I watch wrestling, so I was like, well, I'm on Netflix, and I was like, I don't feel like watching anything else on here, so I bounced back to I went to Max, and I told you I watched that Poor Devil show last week, and I keep seeing Clone High popping up, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna watch this. I've heard this is decent, and I didn't realize that there was it was on in like 2002 or 3, and only had one season it got canceled. It was on I think it was on MTV.
Okay.
And or something like that. And then HBO brought it back, I believe. And now it's had 2 seasons. I guess it won like an Emmy or something like that. And because what happens was it starts with like this doctor. It's a cartoon, it's a doctor that clones world leaders. Like Abe Lincoln and Gandhi and Cleopatra, or not leaders, but like important figures from history, Joan of Arc. And basically they're all like high school age. So it's them in high school is the first season, which I just started last night. I watched the newer one first, so I'm going back to watch the first season. But in the newer season, they were frozen for 20 years, basically. So now people from the like 2000s that were teenagers are put in high school in like 2023, 2024, where the world has changed to where, certain terminologies are not okay and whatever. And like one of the characters on there is Toph Bus. And then you find out later that it's Christopher Columbus, and he's changed his name because he got canceled for being such an awful person because Christopher Columbus, and stuff like that. And there's some really good writing in it. And I've enjoyed it. It's been pretty good. And it was weird too, because like the animation, they basically kept the character designs pretty much the same. And they got the same voice cast pretty much back for the second season. Like Cleopatra in the first season was voiced by Bill Lawrence, is one of the creators of the show. Yeah, the guy who created Scrubs and various other shows. And his wife is Krista Miller, which I don't know if you know who she is, but she was the I forgot the name of the character, but she was Drew Carey's love interest on the Drew Carey show.
Oh, honestly, I could not pull her face. Yeah.
Okay. But anyways, she was on Scrubs and stuff too. She's basically in everything that Bill Lawrence does because it's his wife, and she's good at what she does. So she plays Cleopatra in the first season, but in the reboot, she plays like a shady government person or something like that. So they have someone else voice Cleopatra. And so it's other than that, I think all the original characters are pretty much back.
Nice.
Except for in the first season, Gandhi is in it, and Michael McDonald from Mad TV, he does the voice of Gandhi, and in the new seasons, Gandhi is basically just in a freezer somewhere. So I don't know exactly how that happened, but
maybe it'll get to it.
Well, I also wonder if maybe. Well, I figure if Gandhi shows up in the newer one, they'll probably recast the voice because you had a white guy doing the voice, and that's typically not how things are done now. So, but yeah, like I said, it's been been entertaining.
Well, that's good. That's good.
And yeah. And then I watched, was it the new season? Geez, new episode of Creature Commandos.
No spoilers. We haven't watched it yet.
I'll spoil everything. What I was actually looking at is it feels like that was a finale.
Boo. Oh, I like that show.
7 episodes.
It kind of felt like it the episode we watched last week. It felt like that's what they were doing, was ramping up to that, the old finale.
I figured there'd be 8 episodes, but then last night when I was watching it, like at the beginning, it was like, Harley Quinn coming, the 16th, and I'm like, oh, I was like, well, if Harley Quinn's starting back up, this is probably the finale, because I don't see him running both at the same time. So, even though they're not really related,
right.
But yeah, good episode though. I'll say that the whole season was really good. I'm very, very entertained.
I've very much enjoyed what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Yep. Oh, you'll like this episode too. He's a good.
He's a good. Who was that?
He's a good.
It's the end of a lot of robot chicken shows. Or not robot chicken, Adult Swim.
Yeah.
I'm tired. It's a good. Yeah.
It's a good show. Yep.
Oh, man. It's strangely enough not as cold out here as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, considering it's 20 degrees outside.
I am, of course, bundled. Like this hat is ridiculously warm. It's my favorite for this time of year.
Right.
But
that makes sense.
It's not bad down here. You'd rather I'm just numb.
That's also
very,
possible.
Very, very distinct possibility.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And we took some leftover chicken yesterday. You ever make... Let me just rewind us just a second. You ever make like a chopped Italian?
No, I've seen them. I've seen people making them, but I've never done.
So we had leftover chicken that we cooked up for chicken salads earlier in the week. And I took what we had left, some peppers and onions, and I just did like taco sauce. And I chopped the shit out of everything. And then we made quesadillas with that. Bro.
Nice.
Game changer. That shit was delicious.
Yeah. That seems like a good move for sure.
And then I also saw a post yesterday, speaking of more delicious, tasty treats. I don't know why I ever thought about this, because I have a drawer air fryer. A guy just put everything you need for chicken fajitas in it and just air fries them. And then shakes it, air fries, shakes it. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, I would have never thought of that.
Take out the little like trivet that's in there, But I never would have done that. Now I will.
Huh. Yeah. Well, yeah, right? Why not? Give it a try, see what happens.
Oh, yeah. Easy, delicious fajitas. Sign me up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, unless it's nice enough to do your, get out on the Blackstone.
Seeing Cheeto's posts, or, our little group chat we have, our secret group chat. Yeah, it made me really want to cook on it.
I know. I was thinking that too, and I was like, I was like, it's just cold.
So
like,
cold.
It's just, if we could get back in the 40s, like maybe, but anything, but God, it's just the highs for what I think almost for most of the next week and a half are still going to be in the like 20s, and I think it's going to warm up a little bit for a few days, and then it's back into the 20s
again.
So. Yeah, so it's like it's just not looking good at the moment. This is where, like, I wish I had a like a garage, because it's like I could put the door up. That way you get ventilation, because obviously you're cooking with propane. You don't want to do that in closed doors.
So what if you get a little sleepy?
Yeah. But that way you could or had some like protection from the elements of some sort. But like mine's just out on my patio, and there's just nothing to protect me out there.
All I have is western winds blowing at me and my neighbor's fucking light blinding me.
Right.
Perfect. I was, dude, last night I was so annoyed by that light, by the way. I went to take out some garbage yesterday. You know how my house is laid out. My driveway's on the right side of my house. And if you go further to my yard, my garbage cans are then to the right of that driveway. It's the edge of the property line, basically. Right. It's up against the neighbor's garage. I was walking along that side of the driveway, and that light turned on. And it's like, what kind of range does that need to have?
Seriously, man. Why does he need that bright of a light out there? Like, is he, like, is someone, stealing his trash cans or something back there?
I have no idea what's going on over there. It's a house of horrors.
Settle down. It must be, because that's wild that he's.
Well, it's more she. It's not my cool neighbor.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, it's the domestic dispute house.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming maybe it's like ring lights. I don't know.
Might be, yeah. Well, they're
I don't mean ring like the brand. I mean like a boxing ring.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I actually got that one. Yeah. They're probably just set to detect raccoons.
Oh.
And you being a raccoon.
I'm like a were-raccoon,
Well, it still picks up
that's
DNA,
fair. That's fair.
So, yeah. It knows that it's there,
That's...
Like, goddamn raccoons goes outside and just sees you. Huh.
Well, the way I'm dressed right now, that makes sense. That tracks.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, also you wear the little robber's mask when you go out in your ears and stuff,
I put on my fursona.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yep. Yeah. Makes sense.
Exactly.
Always with the furries.
Well, obviously, if I was a furry, I would have to be a raccoon at this point.
I would hope so. Yeah. If you weren't, I'd be like, what are you even doing here? Like, what's going on?
True.
Yeah. 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 I haven't. I haven't really really cooked. I mean, I did like some smoked sausage and mac and cheese the other night, but that's not really. That's just throwing shit together more than anything. It was air quote fancy mac and cheese though, because I mean it was smoked Gouda mac and cheese, but
that's fair,
which was quite nice.
Gouda?
But, yes, quite the Gouda.
Very very Gouda.
Yeah, so because my mom's actually been cooking quite a bit. Like, money was a little tight, around Christmas because Christmas, and so she made chili. And when you make chili, you have a whole pot of it, so you eat chili for like a month, and but after that she made what was it she made? Oh, she made bean soup, which I'm not really it's not hers. I just don't. I'm not a soup guy to begin with, but I'm also like bean soup. I don't like because when you cook beans down, to me, and then you put them in like a like liquid, it reads as like slimy or mushy to me, and I don't like the mouthfeel.
I got kind of completely over bean soup during my marriage because her mom would make it all the fucking time. It's just like maybe that's why my body detests beans now.
Might be.
It's just full on revolt.
I mean, yeah. Like I tasted it, when my mom made it. The taste was good. It was good soup, and she ended up giving some to my brother when he came over and, put a new doorknob on our bathroom.
Also, I do not have a ham bone for you. It did not make the fridge purge. I thought it was in the freezer. It was not.
Okay. Yes. Oh, okay. It's actually okay because I was moving some stuff the other day and realized we actually have. Well, she had a real small one from that one that I bought around Thanksgiving that I bought from Aldi, but we actually realized that we have a whole nother one in there.
So that ham we made it was trash. So it was not a good ham.
That's sad.
Which sucks.
That's too bad. Yeah, boo earns.
At least I didn't pay for it, I guess. But
yeah.
Except if my soul went back.
Yeah, yeah. It stinks too, because like, you know, I don't love ham like I used to, because, you know, I ate a lot of ham growing up. But you know, when someone's making, like, when you're making a real ham, you're just like, all
Like,
right, you know, you kind of get excited for
Got
it.
the crispy edges.
Yeah, and it's got a different taste. It's so good versus the like loaf ham that most ham
like
from,
real
right?
bone-in real ham.
That's
delicious.
what I mean. Yeah, it's like a whole different level. So it sucks when you get one like that, and then you're like, oh, this.
Yeah, because like it looked good, it smelled good, and you know, and it's like we carve into it and take that first bite. It's like it's kind of just bland, which is weird because of how good it smelled.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very strange. It's just not good.
Maybe you cooked all. The smell was all the flavor.
Yeah, apparently. Man.
Like they just sprayed it with some stuff, but you know,
just
when it was
packed it with ham-scented little trees.
Yeah, that always sucks, man.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yep. Oh my god. Just pigs.
Or just like those hanging hams from Spain. Whatever hams those are, Serrano hams, Serranos, Sorianos.
Oh yeah,
Scarlet Johansson.
Whatever, yeah. That's the kind of ham I'm looking for.
Finally, some thick ham.
Oh shit! You should have made a rum ham.
I mean, at that point, I would have taken anything.
Yeah, right. Well, that like we had a ham that we got that was like that, and was it last year? Well, 2023, I should say. You know, by last year, I'm forgetting we're in 2025 now. And you know, we cooked it, and it was just like, this is bland as shit, like you said, or it wasn't that it was bland. It was just like all I could taste was salt, basically. That was it. It was just there was no real ham flavor to it. You know, that like sweetness of the ham or whatever. There's just nothing. And I was like, well, I guess it's time to like chop this up and throw it into other things, you know. And so it's like, you know, like, okay, well, we can do like scalloped potatoes and ham, and you know, had some threw on some salads and whatever, because it's like just on its own, it's just like, I don't want this as like ham dinner ham, you know. I gotta mix this in with mac and cheese, or you know, I gotta bury this to
ham
flavor
spread.
Basically, it was sad. Ham spread, ham gumbo, ham tacos.
Oh my god, hell yeah.
Yeah, actually, gumbo it would
be perfect in gumbo.
You know, I mean, it'd be fine in gumbo. Yeah. Ugh, ham side.
What if you finally chopped up ham and made a patty and made an actual hamburger?
I like that idea. Somebody had to have
by
done
now,
that, right?
The internet's too stupid and dumb.
Had to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Because why wouldn't you?
Right.
You know, like this is a real hamburger, and you could steam one too if you want to be a Simpsons fan.
That's true.
Steamed hams. Skinner, you make a fine steamed ham. Yeah, I was trying to think if I haven't really cooked anything though, because like I said, my mom made meatloaf yesterday. Yeah. Meatloaf. So yeah, right. So I guess I'm probably, you know, on deck to cook something, but you know what I'm probably gonna make, because it's been sounding good to me, is the either I'm gonna do the copycat Taco Bell Cantina chicken that I did before. You know, do that, and then do like some, you know, veggies, and do like a power bowl with it again, or some oh shoot, I forgot, like that Korean beef that I made with the
ham,
udon noodle,
ham noodles.
Ham noodles. Oh god.
Like, oh, it's the newest region keto snacks, ham noodles.
Oh my god.
Do a nice fucking ham noodle bolognese.
Yeah. God. Like, sure, my blood pressure is through the roof, but I'm melting weight.
I absolutely, literally cry bacon fat.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh. All right, now somebody out there needs to make some ham noodles. I guess you could probably put some ham into, maybe you could put some ham into your noodles, but I'm just picturing all ham.
Yeah, I want to see this ham just pushed as hard as it can through a spaghetti noodle fucking mold.
Right.
Like the Play-Doh Fun Factory, but you put a ham in it.
Right, right. I was thinking on a spiralizer, you just put like one of those loaf hams on it.
I mean, this is feasible.
I don't think that would quite work, but it might. If it did, it'd be hilarious, actually.
God.
Like, oh, what are you having? Oh, we're having ham and cheese.
I mean,
you just make mac and cheese, but you use ham noodles
dude,
instead.
I'm not gonna lie. If you could spiralize ham and then kind of like chop them up into smaller pieces and then mix that shit with like mac and cheese, that would be banging.
Yeah.
It'd be fire, as the kids say.
Yeah. What are you making? I'm making ham gnocchi.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was made with potato.
Yeah, mine's pure ham.
All ham.
Nothing but ham.
Actually, those would probably be delicious. You crisp them up a little bit. I mean,
no. You think we're joking, but I'm starting to feel serious.
I know. Well, welcome to our new series.
Will It Ham. Thank God. It's about time we got serious.
Oh, God. What can we make ham into this week?
Like ham Uncrustables? Peanut butter and jelly inside a ham sandwich?
Oh, God. Oh,
like, you probably going to get a delicious ham and cheese with no crust. Hard no.
Nope.
We're going to get delicious PB&J surrounded by smoky ham.
Yeah. Like, hey, you want a ham crustable? And like, oh, yeah, like, because you're right. You would think,
that sounds amazing, actually.
Peanut butter and
like,
strawberry.
What the fuck is this?
What are we doing here?
I also got grape in the fridge.
In the strawberry. Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're not served hot as an Uncrustable.
Of course. Yeah. You just picture you're a kid. You open your lunchbox. The ham crustable sitting there. Like, what is
like, there's like a little pork face stamped on it. It's a happy pig face.
Yep. Who wants to trade? I got a ham sandwich here. Don't so much specify that it's filled with peanut butter and jelly.
It's the worst ravioli ever made. Oh my God.
Now what if you
wow.
So we sheet
that really is all Uncrustable.
Ravioli.
It's just a ravioli.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. So we sheet some ham and then make ravioli out of it.
That'd actually probably be pretty good. Like with the right filling.
Just put a little crisp on it.
That'd
be... More ham, obviously.
Well, what's this stuffed with? Ham.
Just
ham spread.
Yeah. What's this weird sauce? Oh, that's ham gravy. Like, oh, okay. Well, actually, that makes sense. Yeah.
What? Is this Parmesan? That's finely grated hoof.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna grate.
No. It's got to be at least white,
you just got like one of those. I was thinking you got like one of those little microplaners, like or even better, the ones they have at like Olive Garden where it's like the crank one where they put the Parmesan on top of it,
The
and it just
Gatling gun of cheese graters.
Yeah, but it's just more ham.
Ham on ham.
Yep, that's right. That's the name of the restaurant. Ham on ham. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like everything's ham.
I like this.
Ugh,
just man. The menu comes, you just open up just giant letters, ham.
Ham.
Huh. I guess I'll have the ham. Now you would think that's where you get the Ham Shack in Detroit. You would think so.
Yeah. Just as ham. Just ham. But I mean, you gotta have other stuff with the ham, normally. I mean, not in this scenario, of course, but in like real life, it's like, man, I need some taters with that ham.
We've already talked about this.
But can I have ham on taters?
Hell no, not unless those taters are also made of ham.
Which they are, of course. Ham browns.
I mean, if you're finally shredding ham and you make it into a patty, suddenly you have a ham brown. Oh.
Some ham fries.
Of course.
Chop it up, crisp it up, Then you put your other ham over the top of it.
I mean,
Delicious.
once again, ham fries I think I would fuck with. Like as an appetizer?
Some ham. Yeah. I was thinking like poutine.
Oh, I was just thinking like sticks of ham just fried with a dipping sauce. Like, I bet you that would be fucking amazing.
It actually probably would be really good. Yeah. You're probably not wrong. And the best part with the ham too is it's like you don't have to like cook it all the way through. It's you can just eat it already basically. So
there's so much preservatives in that. So your ham will outlive you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so you're pretty much set. So oh my God, I like this idea. You could just take the ham, wrap it in cheese, batter it, and then deep fry it.
I mean, that's true too.
You just have little ham and cheeses.
I love all these ideas.
Or take a cheese stick and wrap it in ham, and then batter and deep fry it. Whichever you prefer. If you want more ham or you want more cheese.
I feel like the ham needs to envelop the cheese for structure's sake.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yes.
Or you take a piece of ham, wrap it in cheese, then wrap that in ham. Then
wrap it in bacon.
Then wrap it in ham.
Yeah.
Because, you got to have more ham.
Ham on ham. Exactly.
I guess. I don't know. We should move on.
We probably should.
Probably.
We probably should.
W. Yeah. Yeah.
Well.
All right. Well, I mean, we should have given more time with all the responses we got too.
You're right.
So.
I don't think I can read this many words even. Last week.
Was it just 3?
We asked you guys.
Yeah.
What is your Yuletide boast? And apparently no one's feeling boastful this year. Because I have nothing on both social media platforms that I check. No Diamond Top fans, no nothing.
Jeez.
Sad.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a couple responses, but yeah. I got one from our friend Robin, and she says she's going to paint super huge paintings, blow my mind, getting better and better, and continue my figure skater training. I didn't know she was doing figure skater training. That's awesome. I had it.
I'll continue my boasts, and I will also continue my figure skating trainer, and I will see you at the World Cup.
Or you guys could team up like what was it, Blades of Glory?
Yeah, now we're talking. Or that other movie, The Cutting Edge. Toe pick.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's probably more
exactly.
likely. Yeah. I'm not sure which of you is which, but
definitely not the hockey guy.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
Bro,
all right, so Cheeto says
picture him in his figure skater outfit with a little tutu. Come on, I'm in this.
Right. Wait, which cheeks are you talking about?
The glutes, the hams. Ham on ham.
Ham on ham, you're right. I've never seen two hams clap before.
Exactly.
You have now. Cheeto says he will play Helldivers 2 with Brian and Tony of the Salty Language
Podcast. Wow, that is a boast.
I actually feel like it should be the other way, because it should be like that he says he plays it with you and me, because he's played with you.
We have played multiple times.
But I am elusive. So, well, not really. It's just all of us are elusive, apparently. So we can't seem to line up.
Schedules, they don't align.
Yeah. But he said, of the Salty Language Podcast, he said, check them out at patreon.com/saltylanguage. For the low cost of $3 a month, you get tons of bonus content.
Wow, man. This Cheeto guy. Big fan.
Wise.
Very wise.
Pretty wise.
So wise. So boastful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Take that, Odin.
Quite. Yeah, right in his other eye.
Exactly.
All right. Well,
that was a quick segment.
All we got, so. It was, yeah. All right, so I saw this one on Twitter. Somebody asked this question. I'm just going to use it for this week's Q of the W. It's, if you were a ghost, how would you haunt people?
Oh my God, this is a great one.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people have some pretty great answers. Like one person was like, I would go around stealing one shoe from people.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I would
just imagine you keep looking for shoes and you can't find
my
them.
first thought was, but then I was like, oh shit, I don't want to be in a bathroom for the rest of my haunted life. Was I would continually rip the toilet paper way too short. You know? But I don't want to be in that space.
Yeah.
So instead, I would haunt people by just churning off their appliances. You know, like you start a pot of coffee, you come out, it's just off. Like, what the fuck?
Oh,
Then go check your clothes, they never ran. What the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Yep. Your air fryer's never turned on. Yeah. Or never, you know, whatever, never preheats. Your Instant Pot never fully gets that pressure.
Just churn them.
They come out 3 hours later.
Crock-Pot's just off. Food's ruined. Yep.
Yeah.
That's my ghostly gig. Fucking up your life with appliances.
Man, that's pretty mean, dude. Yeah, just unplugging their phone while it's charging.
Just like knock it off the charger just a little bit. So it's on there, right. But they're like, oh, it's not charged. God damn it.
Right.
Hell yeah.
That's the worst, man. I've had that happen.
Right.
Or like, you know, when you have the cord and it's starting to go bad and you have to seat it just right and you think you got it, you set your phone down, come back a little later and you're like, oh, it hasn't charged at all. Now it's dead. God
damn, it's dead because I just drop kicked it across the house.
Also that, yeah.
Oh God, excuse me.
That's a good answer though. Yeah, that's good. I like that one because I like the idea of creating havoc. It bothered me a lot that a lot of people's responses are, you know, like, I don't want to haunt anybody. It's like, it's a hypothetical. It's just
eternity on Earth. You're gonna get bored.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, right.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, right. Hope some guy says I hate my life, you know, and then you know, like you're not gonna get to show him that it's a wonderful life.
You think some guy hates Christmas that much? That's not a real gig.
Yeah, right.
No, you just annoy people.
Man, I guess I should have come up with an answer.
Oh,
because I'm very much like like your thing is like I want to do things that just minorly inconvenience people, but it's just so annoying. You know, like the idea of, you know, like when they turn a channel on their TV and you just hit the channel up button, or, you know, just things like that, or just randomly turn their TV loud, just, you know, just do all sorts of fun things to just make people think they're going crazy. You know, maybe I do the opposite. Maybe I'll turn appliances on.
Middle of the night, just the lights come on. Oh,
yeah, yeah. Just the fan in the bathroom kicks on. Like, what the hell? Like, nobody's in there.
Why do I smell lavender? Why is the wax melter on?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Right. Middle of the day, I'm turning the noise machine on that helps you go to sleep, you know? Like, must not sleep.
Just, you know, you hear the wife's
that's what I'm gonna do.
Rattling around in a drawer at 3 a.m.
Yep. She reaches over and turns it off. You wait about 5 minutes. like what the hell? Like it's not even plugged. Like I unplugged it. Plug it back in. What the hell's going on here? We got to get out of this house.
Los es spooky.
Do it in the car too, you know, just randomly turn the wipers on. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I think we're just going to go polar opposites. Yes.
In a house, we just bounce each other out. It's a great house.
Yeah, I was just going to say it would suck if we were in the same house, but yeah. So, all right, there you go. This week, if you were a ghost, how would you haunt people?
Show us how you'd spooky.
Yeah. Spooky.
It's spooky.
All right. Well, there you go. Head on over to saltylanguage.com and I guess find links if. Well, I don't know if there's really links for this week, but anyway, whatever.
This week.
Yeah. So but head over there. You can find the links to our social medias and the Patreon, which is of course patreon.com/saltylanguage. And also you can find the link to Tangent Bound Network, which is the home of our podcast as well as other podcasts. So please go check them out. And if you need a home for your podcast, well, not home, I guess, but wow, I can't think of the word for it. Jeez, I just blanked. Wow. Network. Yes, a network for your podcast. Please come talk to them over there. If they talk to Mark, what do you got for Mark?
You can let him know that he's our Real American Bureau.
All right. I thought it was going to have to do with ham.
Not this time.
I was a little scared for a minute there.
He has not ascended to ham god yet. Yes.
Wow. Wasn't that a Kid Rock song?
It should be.
I think. Yeah.
It will be in like 20 years when Eckridge Farm reaches out to him.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Delicious. Wait, Eckridge Farm. Is it Eckridge or Pepperidge Farm? Are you mushing?
Isn't it Eckridge Farms?
No, it's just Eckridge.
It's Eckridge Farms.
No, it's just Eckridge.
Fuck that company.
Sorry, you're just. I mean,
Honey Bake's gonna reach out
all the time. Yeah. Oh my.
Old Man Rock, is that you? We need you to sing a song for us. That you are the ham god.
Yep. Yeah. Way ahead of you.
Ahead. Recorded this 30 years ago.
Yeah. I've just been waiting for the moment. Oh, yeah. If you want to reach out to us on the socials, you can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on various socials at Stu.
You can find me still presently on Instagram at The Monotony. I mean, our TikTok's there. There's fun TikToks. If you want to watch them, go ahead. You only have a few days left. Salty Language Pod on the YouTubes. And, of course, patreon.com/saltylanguage, which we've already discussed and beaten over your head, as is podcast tradition. Correct. Brian, you have a thing.
Yeah. I do. I have another podcast called The Crazy Life. And it's me and our friend Heno usually doing that. And we just recorded an episode the other night, and it's we're talking about our power words for the year. Instead of like resolutions, we just kind of pick a word that's like a goal for the year.
Are you a level 9 caster?
And
power word kill, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. No, actually, this year my power.
Oh, holy shit!
Yeah, I know it's all coming together. No, but yeah, we did that. Heno's word was service, and mine was baby steps. So if you want to listen to that and us talk about kind of our goals for the year or whatever, please go give us a listen.
That'd be hamtastic.
Yep. Yeah, it would. I like it. Hamtastic. That's the name of our restaurant. For sure. Hamtastic.
Right. Hamatosis. That's a breath you get when you leave.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're gonna smell like ham when you leave for sure. It's like
it's on the T-shirt. You're gonna smell like ham when you leave. That's fucking on the T-shirt.
That's a great catchphrase, man. You're gonna smell like ham when you leave.
Yes.
Oh God! The funniest part was I immediately pictured the T-shirt. It's like pink with a smiling pig on it.
Absolutely,
and
like
and you're gonna
different variations of colors for the printing because it's that kind of shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I personally want pink on lime green on pink. That's my jam. Yeah.
Sure.
Hard for people to see, but it electrifies the room.
Yeah, it does. You're right.
Much like the ham.
Much like the ham. Jeez. I'm just picturing in the commercial, like at Olive Garden when you hear your family, at Hamtastic when you
smell like ham.
You can get through it. Jesus. Oh man.
Oh my god. It's like walking by a Bath and Body Works, but savory, smoky deliciousness.
Just
exactly.
Ham, yeah. Like, you smell ham? Like, oh, I was just at Hamtastic. I knew it. Yeah. Like, well, you know what they say, and then both of them do the when you leave, you're gonna smell like ham.
Start making out. What?
Yeah.
What kind of commercial is this?
A great one,
Best
obviously.
commercial ever.
Best commercial ever, yeah. Oh shit. Oh man. All right. Well, there you go. That's our show.
That was a fun
so
show.
Until next week, have a ham, you'll be fine.
Stay hammy. I don't even know how else to say here.
I stopped. We're